Cheese is one of the most beloved foods on earth. Melted over pizza, layered into burgers, served on luxury tables beside wine worth thousands of dollars. Some cheeses are aged for years, protected like treasure, celebrated like art, and yet, beneath the flavor, the prestige, and the culture, cheese hides a strange truth. Because scientifically speaking, cheese is controlled decay, a transformation driven by bacteria, mold, enzymes, and time. In other words, humans learned not only how to preserve spoiled milk, but how to turn it into one of civilization's most prized foods. So how did rotten milk become luxury? The answer begins with an accident, thousands of years ago. Fresh milk does not last long. Long before refrigeration, before factories, before supermarkets, milk spoiled quickly. Especially in heat. Within hours, bacteria naturally present in milk begin feeding on lactose, the sugar found inside it. As they multiply, they produce acid. The milk thickens, separates, changes smell, changes texture. To ancient humans, this must have seemed strange, possibly even dangerous, but somewhere in history, someone discovered something remarkable. Spoiled milk was not always useless. Sometimes, it became delicious. No one knows exactly who made the first cheese, but historians believe it may have happened accidentally, over 7,000 years ago. One popular theory begins in the deserts of the ancient Middle East. Early travelers often carried milk in containers made from animal stomachs. Inside those stomach linings was an enzyme called rennet. As milk mixed with rennet and heat during long journeys, something extraordinary happened. The liquid separated into curds and whey. The curds became soft, rich, edible, primitive cheese. Suddenly, fragile milk could survive far longer. It could be stored, transported, traded. Cheese transformed milk from a short-lived liquid into preserved survival food. And over time, humans began refining the process. Intentionally. Modern cheese may feel sophisticated, but at its core, it is powered by microorganisms. Bacteria consume lactose and produce lactic acid. That acid changes milk proteins, allowing curds to form. Different bacteria create different flavors, textures, aromas. Some produce nutty sweetness, others produce sharp bitterness, and some create smells so strong, they resemble body odor. In fact, certain bacteria used in cheese are closely related to bacteria found on human skin. Which explains why some cheeses smell strangely human. Yet those same microbes also create some of the most celebrated flavors in the world. What once looked like spoilage became craftsmanship. Then came mold. For most of history, mold meant danger, decay, contamination, something to throw away, but cheesemakers discovered certain molds could do something extraordinary. Inside cheeses like blue cheese, microscopic fungi grow through the interior, breaking down fats and proteins. This creates powerful flavors, creamy textures, and the iconic blue veins found inside the cheese. The result is something that appears rotten, yet is carefully controlled. Some cheeses are aged in caves for months, even years. Temperature, humidity, airflow, every detail matters. Cheese aging became science, and eventually, luxury. But perhaps the strangest part of cheese is not how it's made. It's why humans enjoy it so much. Cheese is packed with fat, protein, salt, and compounds created during aging that stimulate the brain's reward systems. Ancient humans likely valued cheese because it was dense in calories and lasted through harsh seasons. Over generations, taste became culture, comfort, identity. Today, entire nations are known for their cheeses. From aged wheels stored in mountain caves, to soft cheeses served in fine restaurants, cheese evolved from survival food into one of humanity's great obsessions. All from milk that began to change. Cheese should not exist, at least, not naturally. It is the result of humans learning to control transformation itself. Bacteria, mold, time, decay. What once seemed like spoiled milk became preservation, trade, art, luxury, and perhaps that is what makes cheese so fascinating. Not because it avoids decay, but because it embraces it, and somehow, turns it into something extraordinary. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Dairy Decoded. The science, the stories, the dairy behind it all.